Snako here with another figure review. This time I've got the Transformers Prime Deluxe Soundwave from Robots in Disguise series. What do I think of this guy? I actually think he's a pretty cool Transformer. And I only have a couple real gripes with him, but I think he's very, very ingenious the way he's done. He's in his little UAV kind of vehicular, and it doesn't actually look like there's much robot there. There's a lot of mess going on back here for a vehicle mode, but not that terrible. And you can take out his laser beak and then he still looks pretty cool. And if I bring his landing gear back out, he can actually land on them bits there, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, there's quite a lot of mess back here as to you know, for a plane. It doesn't look terrible everywhere else, just like I said, just that. Now his wings are, because of the way of transformation, you can fully extend his arms and have even longer wings, and I don't know, I can't remember if that's the proper transformation or not, but I think they look a bit too long, so I generally keep them like that, but then look a bit bulky. But if you don't have them, then they still look quite bulky, so that doesn't make much difference. So that's why I generally keep them like that, and also said not take up so much shelf space. Like I said, I just showed you, you can detach laserbeak from there, and he's got a little port here you can put him in, I believe, if I remember rightly. I'm sure you could, I could be mistaken. No, there you go. Bring his little wings forward, and there you go, he's got a little laser beak riding on him. Now there is a alternative version of him, I'm trying to remember now, I think it was the Beast Hunters version, who comes with the wolf, and I cannot think for the life of me what it's called. It could be an Ars Micron version, I don't remember, it's been a while since I looked it up. Let's have a quick look at the little laser brick. Now I believe he kind of goes this way when he flies, but it kind of looks like he's got a beak there, so I could be wrong and it could be that way. But I believe from what I've seen he's supposed to go that way. But I could be wrong, like I said. Very, very simple. He's just got this big old peg there, his little wings here, big wings up here. They're on an individual hinge, so they can go in. But they're on a single peg, so they do want to move together. And then they've got a hinge there. The details, nothing really wow, but you know, the fact it's such a small thing, I just get to put a bit of glue on mine to try and tighten these little wings up because they were very loose. But you know, they're fine. They don't actually clip onto here like anywhere, but I'll show you that in the robot mode. For a little extra, I think that's really good. I think it's very good, very cool. Right, so let's put him over there. Let's zoom out, and yeah, let's go into the details of this guy. Bit of little pink. Is this kind of solid, like blue throughout, with some black and pink and a bit of darker blue. But yeah, it's quite a nice colour. These are a slightly softer rubber. They're not that soft. They're still quite pointy. That actually hurts doing that. So. Yeah, I'm not sure what else I can really say. It looks very nice from there, and there's a bit meh. Not that bad, but still a bit meh. To transform him, what you need to do is unpeg the wings from here. So this peg here, it goes in there. And then you just accordion that, and then it just slides over there. In fact, I'll tell you what, I'll put little laser beak back on. I've lost the hole. There it is. You may notice I have a lot of problems finding holes. Right, like I said, accordion that out, that goes up in here, and it just slides and frictions over that. Just like that. Now, someone said that it looks a bit more like a rocket like that, which I guess it does, but a bit of a weird rocket. Right, you then want to grab the wings, and they kind of like angle downwards like that. if I show you on this side, they're actually rotating on this point here. See, like that. And that's his arm. So then rotate on there. So we're rotating on here. Then you want to detach that there. This little peg that just goes in that little groove. Grab his hand, which hinges out there. It's not really clipped onto anything. Oh, I guess it's on that little hole there, isn't it? Oh yeah, I see. So that peg there, it kind of holds the hand in place. Didn't even notice that. Unpeg that. Put a little bend in there. Right, now I do the lower legs. Separate them. And then you want to, I forgot to remember now, bring this up. And you can, I don't know, to be honest, there's a bit of a weird way to transform it, because then you bring these down like that. So that goes up, like that. You bring the feet down, straighten the legs out, bring the knee pads, why aren't they coming forward? Oh, they're actually attached on the top, okay. I thought they were attached to the bottom. Close the knee pads. Then grab the backpack, bring this part out, and the head should reveal. And then just fold the engine in, and then bring that back. Bring this up quite a bit, because it should be like down like that when it comes out. So just bring it up. And then, ladies and gentlemen, that's pretty much Soundwave. Now, you can either have these going like as extra heels if you wanted, but they kind of just get a bit maybe do that. I'm not too sure what you prefer to do with them. I think you remember the instructions showed to do that, but that looks a bit ugly if you ask me. But whatever. Right, let's just stand him up. I said let's just stand him up. These heels are very loose. I haven't straightened that leg out either properly. Sorry guys. He's actually a really good figure, just it's a bit... I forgot to bend his torso as well. There we go. Now we have Soundwave in all of his glory. Phil! Well, like I said, maybe I was supposed to use these as heels then. Let's try doing that. Well, that works, but then it looks like he's got massive feet. Well, so that it'll do for this review. As I was trying to say, you have, focus, Soundwave! Yay! Sorry about that. Okay, moving on. Let's do size comparisons. Here he is next to Megatron. Here he is next to a Viacom. And here he is next to Dreadwing. So you can see, fits in pretty well with these scales. Looks very good. Pardon me. The only real accessory comes with is Laserbeak, and like I said, that just pegs just in there, and even without the Laserbeak he looks fine. I'm not going to go over that as I've been over that already, but I was trying to show you, when you put the Laserbeak in, yeah, it kind of goes in this way, so you can keep the wings flat, put the peg in, focus, there we go, you can put the peg in that hole there. Then when you do that, all you do is just line up these with them grooves, and that's it. They don't really hold there at all. Nothing's holding them. So it's just the way they sit. So if you had a loose one, they would fall out easily. Which I think is a bit of a letback, to be honest. You know, it would be nice if it had a bit more of a bite. His articulation. Let's just go with sculpt first. Sorry. That stand has really thrown me off. His face sculpt is a bit well, you know, Soundwave. It doesn't actually have a face. It's got a silver head, which is quite interesting. Like silver bits on his antennas, but no like real face. So yeah, that's very interesting. Just realised I'm missing a transformer. It's a good sculpt though for what it is. It'd be cool if it had like some kind of detail on there, like some telemetry or some kind of Soundwave or something. But you know, it's okay. His legs, his crutch is pretty cool. Pretty nice detail on that. His legs look good. It's nice. Actually got some nice paint apps on this one. It's like some of the best paint apps I've seen in a Transformers figure for a while. Yeah, you know, it's pretty nice. It's pretty good all round. Okay, so his articulation. The head is on a ball, and you can go only up to that, and you can't really rotate it, but you can like pivot it, I guess. So it doesn't really turn. It doesn't turn. It more like actually does rotate rather than turns. If that makes sense. The shoulders are on hinges here, so you can go around full 360. Kind of just catching that. And then the bicep is on a ball here, so you can go down, up to there, all the way back, bring it over, and then you're on a hinge just below that. It's actually a really good joint, and then you've got a cut joint just there. So that's like 1, 2, 3 bits of articulation just there. So that's quite impressive. And then you have a hinge joint just there on the hand, and it does look like the hand's going to move, but it doesn't. I think it's just painted that way or dyed that way. I'm not too sure. He has an ab crunch, so that's pretty cool. First Transformer I've seen to actually have a working ab crunch. And he has a waist cut. That's not part of the transformation, so that's added. And we have T-cut hips, so yay! He has a Spartan kick of that. Blurry mess. So that's pretty cool. And he's got double hinge knees. You can see there's a point there and a point there, but it's kind of a chicken leg, so you can bend that to there. And then this bit of flap gets in the way, unfortunately. So you kind of can't really do much. You can kind of bring it in front, but you're kind of warping it, bending it, so that's not good. Let's try another one. Yeah, the other one's a bit better because that's got teeth there, whereas this one doesn't. So his left leg can go that high, his right leg can go that high. And then the backwards joint, so you can bring it right back to there. Because he is supposed to have like backwards bending legs, isn't he? And then ankles, well, you can kind of bring that forward. If you have that up, you can bring it down. You can rotate that there. You've got point there, point there, point there, which does both of these. So yeah, and then that there's for the landing gear. So all in all, a really good range of motion all over. I'm very impressed with those arms. That's a lot of motion in there. Just such a small piece, but you know, his arms are very flat, so it's quite impressive that they're able to get such a large range in such a small thing. Oh, sorry, I forgot. He has a thigh cut and his legs can go out that far. But he does have a thigh rotate, but not that good. He can't go all the way around because it's a bit of armour, but he can go from there all the way around to there. He can also hold Laserbeak. On his little hole here. Bring the Laserbeaks up. So he can like talk to his little birdie. Even though he doesn't talk. But he can hold Laserbeaks, so that's pretty cool. I'm not sure what else I can really say about this guy. You know, he doesn't come with any accessories. I've seen, again on Shapeways, I give those guys loads of credit. You can get the little sonic resonance, whatever it's called, that will clip onto there. And I will be getting one of those. I know I'm saying I'm getting loads from Shapeways. It's just I'm just waiting for a bit of extra dosh, and I'm just going to go buy lots. But I'm a nut friend right now. No English language by the sound of it either. Let's put that back in there. So to transform him back, what you need to do is bring his toes up, bring his little heely bits to there, and then bring his second heely bits down. You then have to kind of like bend these in like that, because they were, you see there's a hinge there. It's not much, but it's just enough just to bring the legs together so they're flush. line it all up and then close it all together. Why is that not going in? There we go. Because I was well off, that's why. It's a problem when you're looking just solely at the camera, you can't always line things up that well. And it looks like they don't want to go, but it's just because you're off. And push down on that little bit there. That pops out a little landing gear for later. Okay, with the torso, you then want to bend according that back into there, down, bring it down there, and then put that peg back in that little hole. Bend the arms in, peg them in there. Same on this side, accordion, and peg. Okay, then you want to rotate these all the way around, and then you want to just hinge them flat like that. And I can't see any kind of anything really to hold it in place, because they still want to turn, but they can't because the turn's there. Anyway, while we're up close, pull the backpack out, bring out the rocket, put the head away, bring back, they said put the head away and bring, why are you not working? I've transformed this guy loads, and now for some reason I want to do it on camera, it don't want to work. It's the horns, they're getting in the way. You have to get the head all the way back and down and make sure those two horns are away. There we go. So the back horns, I'll show you that again. The top horns here, back ones, they were getting away. Not the silver ones in the middle, the ones at the back. So you have to make sure they go all the way down in those corners. Then bring that round. Then just this whole part here, just pull away and down. So you want to come straight down off of there, because it's that flat part there which is going on there, and that pegs into the legs. So accordion that down and line that up and peg. Oh, I've lined up this, that's why. Sorry guys. There you go. Bring that down, bring that down, bring that down. Ta-da! And that's it. It's got a very simple transformation. Just a few tweaks and twerks there. The hardest part is the legs, really, lining them all up, because they just don't want to go. And the other part is, it's like this part constantly wants to stick out, and if you try and push it in where I showed you, it all kind of wants to pop out, so you kind of have to deal with that bit sticking out. But anyway, there is my Transformers Prime Deluxe Robots in Disguise Soundwave. Don't know what else I can really say. It's a really good figure, and it's a great addition to your Prime collection. If you see him, pick him up, and yeah, not much else I can really say. Anyway guys, as per usual, leave comments and links below. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.